It's Morphin time!
Oh,
Tyrannosaurus!
We got a Power Rangers fan, guys. And it is not me. So sorry.
So you don't even like them a little bit? Like, you don't even think robots are kind of cool?
I mean, robots
like
are
big
cool.
robots that beat up big monsters?
Big robots are cool.
You even said the suits looked cool.
The suits did look cool.
So and Tommy's pretty.
I mean,
Tommy's kind
Tommy was
of.
the coolest one. I will give you that.
Don't forget.
Have we started a review already?
Hey guys, we're here to review. We're talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Mr. Ooze Man. We watched the Turbo movie.
Yes,
and because I convinced Kyle that it was pretty cool, we watched an episode of the Wild Force Power Rangers where all the Red Rangers previous come together.
Yes. Yes, we did.
So cool.
Okay.
So Kyle, we watched this the other night.
Yeah.
We just boom hit it up. Took 4.5 hours, 5 hours out of our lives to do this.
Yeah.
What did you think? We're not gonna do positive, negative. Let's just tell us how you felt watching the Power Rangers movies.
I never felt more frustrated in my life. Like that is the only way that I can explain that. And like I said at the beginning of this show, I didn't grow up with the Power Rangers. I'm not a fan of them. So when I was 6, I never really enjoyed it and I never got into it. So watching this at 21 years old probably wasn't the best idea because I definitely did not understand why so many people
I was giving him
this.
good crash courses. He kept asking
That's
questions,
true.
and I was like, "Let me tell you about this in Power Rangers canon."
That's true, and it was very impressive. I'll give you that. But I mean, I understand this show. It was taken. Bits and pieces of it, I believe, were taken from a Japanese show.
All the fighting and the suits.
So I mean,
Japanese
they
footage.
took stuff from that, and then they added new elements to it, and it was for the younger kids during the 90s or the later 90s, I believe, and that's really what the show and the movies were all about. And I get it, but like, there was just a lot of cringeworthy stuff that for me, I just was shaking my head and asking.
Like what, Kyle? Was it maybe him taking control of the parents in the Ooze movie, or was it maybe the fact that you hated that they took a boat in the Turbo movie?
See, and Allison's trying to lead me into saying, like, there was just a lot of stuff that happened into all of these movies that don't make sense.
They really
I mean,
don't.
I understand it's a kid's show, but at least, like, have villains that make sense for what they're trying to do. Like, Ivan Ooze was trying to control the parents, but then later he's like, I don't like parents, and I don't like teenagers. So, and it doesn't make sense, like, why he's trying to do all of this. It boggles my mind.
Come on, Kyle, tell us about Turbo and how much you loved the cars.
I can't say that I love the cars because they didn't show cars. They showed cars for not 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Oh, the cars were maybe, not counting the final battle where the cars become Zoid, the actual cars. There are other fights. The cars are on for maybe like 2 minutes.
Probably 2 minutes, maybe 5 at most. If you have a movie that's supposed to set up a new show called Power Rangers Turbo, and it's all about these awesome cars that they have to drive, why on God's green earth would you have the entire movie take place in the middle of an ocean on a pirate ship?
The whole pirate
45 minutes of them on a pirate ship.
I don't know if it was 45 minutes.
It was stuff like this in these movies
that
I don't understand why there's hype for them. I don't understand why kids enjoyed them back in the day. But I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that they have a show that they can latch onto and appreciate. But for me, just so much stuff, even for a kid's show, just did not make sense, and it was just frustrating to watch, and I got very angry throughout a lot of it.
I want to be honest though, if we go back to a lot of kids like TV movies based off of shows we love, they're probably all a lot like this.
Oh yeah, like half of them are god awful, probably.
They are, but let the fan chime in here,
please, because I need to eat pizza and relax.
So first of all, Kyle, they needed to get to an island. You can't take cars to an island. We're just going to end that there.
Why would the show be centered around an island?
That's where the bad guy... Okay, whatever. All right, I grew up with the Power Rangers. I was born a couple years after Mighty Morphin started. Mighty Morphin started in 93, I think. So I was born a year after.
I think so.
In 94, because that's the correct year to be born. And I watched Power Rangers pretty religiously until about 2006 when I was like, I don't know, 12.
I don't know.
I was about 12, yeah. I was about 12, 11 is when I really started watching. My brother was huge into it. We had lots of the Zords. We used to have Tommy's little sword from the show, the white sword. We had all these cool toys, man. And watching these movies, this is the first time I've watched the two movies in a long time. I have seen the Red Ranger episode we watched again because maybe a year and a half ago, I was like, I remember that from the Power Rangers, and I just watched it, and they're not good. But the kids really do like them, and they still, to be honest, when I was a kid, I got a message from the Power Rangers. Because the Power Rangers were always like, if you believe, you can do it. We can fight and we can win. We're never going to give up.
Yep.
And as a kid, it gave me the message that if you really believed, you could set your mind to something and do it. And to be honest, I still think that message is there. It's not executed
It was
well, but as a fan of the show, though, it did make me. I felt a little. It was nostalgia. I sat there and I was like, look at it. I forgot these Zords. I forgot things that happened in the movie. You forget how ridiculous some of the stuff is, and it really was kind of cool because I hadn't seen the movies in so long. To go back, I could feel the feeling of like little Alex being like, man, this is so cool. Look at them jump. Like, they flip everywhere. Why do they backflip everywhere? They're like, I'll come to you, Kyle. And they just flip.
They did have one escape route where it was all backflips.
Yeah, they all just backflip every time they need to go somewhere. And as a kid, though, you think that's the coolest thing that they're backflipping all the time.
It was kind of amazing. Like, it does make me want to do backflips. I will give the show that.
I could never do
No, I can't, and I wish I could because of this movie.
But I felt those feelings. It was good nostalgia, and it made me really hyped to see this movie. I think if this movie can execute the villains and the story in the way that you were talking about,
yes.
Because this movie's not meant to be, not necessarily for the little kids that the show's hitting, but it's supposed to hit more of the nostalgia people, and then it's also supposed to hit maybe the teenager, early teen years, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think, I do believe it's going to be it's going to feel like Fast and Furious. Turn your brain off. Watch these kids, fight monsters and turn into a giant robot and fight something. That's what I'm looking forward to. And if they can poke fun at themselves, knowing what this property has been in the past, and not taking themselves too seriously, but just have big explosions and fun stuff, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm really hyped for it, man. I loved the Power Rangers growing up. Rewatching all this made me feel so great. And yes, there's billions of problems. They're not good movies, but they're not winning any Oscars. They didn't win any Oscars. But I still enjoyed myself watching them just because of the nostalgia for myself. So we had a fun time. We definitely laughed a lot.
It was a blast, though. That was fun to watch.
They're fun movies if you watched, if you knew the property, or even if you didn't, but you were open to watching it like this man was, to sit down and watch it was just fun because you can make fun jokes, and there's lots of funny moments and B moments that it was fun. And I mean, come on, you tell me you're not a little hyped for the movie this week.
I wouldn't say hyped. I am curious about it.
You're a little hyped.
Okay. So I'm curious about
you
this
want to
movie.
see them morph.
I think it will definitely be better than the morphing that we saw, because the special effects back then were cheesy. Even
in the Mighty Morphin one, they just yell a dinosaur, and then it zooms out and does the mask outline, and then they're in their suits and pose.
That is one of the. That is
looked
one of the
way
small
better
things
than Turbo.
That is one of the small things I like. I did like the costume design in
They're
Mighty Morphin
really
Power
not bad.
Rangers.
Yeah.
No, I mean
even the Turbo ones though, when they're running around with their helmets, like they
the
really
helmets,
aren't that
those
bad.
Those helmets were pretty cool. I did like some of that stuff, and I give credit to the show for all the stunt work that they do, because you said half of that cast is able to do.
I don't remember a lot of it, but like Tommy and I believe
stuff.
Jason and a couple other guys, they're professional martial artists. Like they know this stuff.
Like that, I am very impressed by that. For a show that is as cheesy as it is, like to be able to do your own stunt work and stuff like that, that's another thing I just
cool.
want
in this upcoming movie. I want the martial arts.
Because
they make such an emphasis on martial arts in the show that that's what I really want.
I haven't seen any in the trailer, so I am curious on if they're gonna lean away from that
there's scenes where they're fighting, they're kind of training, and it definitely looks like it's not like us being like, like they know what they're doing. There's a scene of one of them practicing on top of a moving train, and they're climbing rocks. So I think there'll be a montage where they learn, and I mean, who knows, they could all be. They could just do it like the show, and it could open up and be like, these kids are all pretty freaking good at fighting already. They're all black belts.
They're all in detention, and they're black belts.
Yes, that's not. But I'm excited as long as there's good fighting, cool looking suits, which already look pretty cool to me.
Yeah, those
A cool
new
Zord.
suits,
This new movie's gonna be good. And as a fan, man, I'm really hyped. I'm ready for the nostalgia. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm sure.
I hope there's gonna be a cameo by the actor's name I'm spacing. That plays Tommy. And there's a little post-credit scene I've heard from reliable sources, so I'm excited for all of it, man. I'm hyped, man. Power Rangers is fun. Any other thoughts?
I'm glad you enjoyed the show very much. It obviously wasn't for me then, and obviously not for me now. But
It's not my fault your childhood wasn't correct.
I mean, no one can be perfect. But I am curious for this movie because it does look like it has some pretty cool stuff going into it, and I hope that
kind of some dumb fun.
I hope this is good fan service for
me.
for the old fans, and as well as something new that we can enjoy that came from the '90s show.
You're just gonna sit next to me in this movie, and you'll know if it worked for the fans by me being like, yeah, and just freaking out.
Basically, that's what I'm waiting.
If I'm just quiet like this the whole time,
I'll just be like, oh, that is not good.
Just eating popcorn. Kyle's like, oh my gosh, this movie is not good even for the fans. We need to leave. Exit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, we just wanted to watch these films, give you our thoughts on them, have a little conversation about them. Tell us, comment below if you were a Power Ranger fan, if you're excited for the new movie.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. Share our channel around, like, comment, all that great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mom probably didn't watch this, but thank you anyway if you did, because she hated the Power Rangers.
All because of you.
Mom took me to that movie and told my dad he'll be taking me to those type of movies from now on. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys.